Welcome to the Home Studio Hangout podcast, where we explore what it's like building, running, and working out of a home studio with your hosts, Joshua Matotek, Andrew Simmons, and many guests in different areas of the music industry.
Welcome back to the Home Studio Hangout. I'm your co-host, Drew, here with my co-host, Josh. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm great.
It's Friday, Black Friday. Dude, did you have a good Thanksgiving yesterday? Did you do some stuff, chill with the lady?
Yeah. So we hung out at home. We ate by 1:30, and then we took a nap, and then we woke up, and then we saw Lee and Bree and made cookies and watched a couple movies, and it was really fun. So,
nice.
How was yours?
It was pretty good, man. We did we cooked. Our Thanksgiving started the day before, so we did Wednesday Thanksgiving with my dad, and then yesterday Thanksgiving with Aaron's parents. So we cooked here, and yeah, we did that. I think it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock when we ate lunch. Had a pretty low key day. Went to the park with Micah, let him play and stuff, and then we went to Waffle House for dinner last night.
Cool.
That's our Thanksgiving tradition.
Very cool.
We go to Waffle House on Thanksgiving.
Waffle House. That's a very Southern person thing to do. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's everybody does it at one point in their, like every Southern person I know does it at one point in their all of their holidays. It's either Thanksgiving, Christmas, or like Halloween or something like that. So
very cool.
Yep. But
after we got engaged, we went to Waffle House.
Heck yeah, dude. That's how you know it's real.
That's how you know it's real.
That's how you know it's real. Well, today we wanted to talk about some Black Friday stuff. It's deals time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of okay stuff. I think you were looking at a couple and you said like that's mid.
Yeah, there's a bunch of mid things out there. There's a lot of good things. What I'm trying to do right now, because if I don't do it right now, I'm going to forget, is the SSL bundle is now a part of Slate. And you can get it for paying like $5 or something like that right now. But the problem is that the offer ends on November 28th. So if you don't get it right now, then you're going to end up never being able to have it. But if you buy it right now, as long as your subscription is active, you will have the SSL plugins. And I want the SSL plugins because I used to have them and I liked them a lot, but I just didn't use them enough.
Yeah.
So
I don't use...
That's the thought process.
Yeah. I think we even talked about this. I don't use Slate plugins. When we did our plugin tier list, we talked about this. I don't use Slate plugins like ever.
Yeah.
And I use SSL plugins even less.
Mm-hmm.
So I might pick it up just to try it out for a month, because I think we both talked about it. Is like I've used an SSL plugin a couple times, but it's not like something that I've done a lot of. So maybe I'll pick it up, see if I like it in a mix, and we'll see. Maybe that'll be the thing that keeps me.
Yeah, Lee's really been enjoying them, and so I've been hearing some things that I like, and I want to get them, but also like their site sucks, and I don't really know how to do this, so I think I'm just going to do that later.
Yeah, well, the Slate actually has a deal on the. If you want the MO1, Slate has a deal on the MO1 right now. Slate has a deal. They have a new free plugin. It's like a saturation plugin. It's like a one knob saturation style thing. They also have the MO1 deal. It's like $300 off, which is okay. They have the Strong Room London mic pack expansion pack for like $100, which is also pretty good. Both of those actually end on December the 20th. So that's like much, it's more of like a whole holiday deal. So honestly, getting like a ML1 for $500 is not, it's not too bad actually. It's like more of
No.
what I think it's actually worth, to be honest.
Yeah. The other stuff, it's way like typically it's like what 800, and
Yeah, it's
I don't think
800
it's worth
plus you got to get
800.
the, if you want to get the preamp and you want to get the thing, I think it's all like all in, it's like 1,000 or $1,200 for everything.
Hmm.
With all the mic models and stuff. But like if you already have the Slate bundle, it comes with a couple mic models. And then if you have the um you can get the mic for $500. That's super worth it, in my opinion. Especially if you're like newer to production. I feel like this is a
Yeah.
really solid upgrade from like for a first large diaphragm condenser. I think it's a pretty solid way to go for $500.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not bad.
it's not a bad
Oh,
deal.
current subscriber upgrade. Sorry, I'm still trying to do this, and I
No,
just
you're
found
good.
it. This
And
is
then
awful.
so the Slate one's pretty good. All the other cool thing that they have is the Black Friday subscription deal. This is the one with the thing that you're talking about, Josh, with the Slate bundle. It is two.
Hmm.
It's 2 for 1. So normally, I think is the Slate bundle $30 a month now.
I don't know.
It's
I'm still
something like that.
grandfathered into like $15,
I think it's $30
and
a month
this
now,
is
but it's
really
only
weird
15 right
because I
now.
used yeah
So
because like I was a Gobbler subscriber and then I switched to Slate. It's not working for either of mine, and I'm kind of upset about it.
yeah, the
I don't
other one
understand, dude. I
that
give up.
I really wanted to talk about the of a bigger company before we get into like individualized companies is Native Instruments has a really good deals on all of their stuff right now. So like I think it's like 50% off basically everything, which is a great deal. It's like $300 for complete standard, which
That's
is
pretty good.
an
That's like really
incredible
good.
deal.
It's I've been seeing it on sale more and more. Back in my day, it was never on sale
It
ever.
only used to be on sale. Well, this was the only time it used to be on sale. It was like Black Friday or like a Christmas, New Year's time was like the only time it would be on sale.
Yeah, they would oftentimes they would have the upgrades, but I was trying to buy standard from like whenever I was in high school up
Mm-hmm.
until like a few years ago, and I don't think it went on sale until last year. That was the first time I saw it, or
Yeah,
maybe it
oh,
was
it's
2 years ago.
only $300. And what I always tell people is buy it, whichever one you're going to get now, and then upgrade with the 50% off because it's
Yeah,
such the upgrades at 50% off are such a good deal. Um, and I think at least the collector's edition, which the collector's edition is $900, but it's normally like $1,800, and that's the one that I have. And it comes with like 40s drums and 40s keys and like all that, like really interesting like stuff. And
yeah.
um,
The probably the best deal I've seen so far is Diva being
yeah,
on
that
sale
one's
for
really good.
$85.
Yeah, yeah,
And
on
then the
Plug-in
Korg
Alliance, right?
bundle
Is that what
is
you
half
said?
off. These are both on Plugin Boutique.
Plug-in Boutique. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and so that's
Um,
pretty sick.
oh, this one I
Um,
did enjoy. This one was really good, actually. If you are looking on the Native Instrument site, you can get a Control S49 and complete standard for less than $1,000. It's like $950.
that's pretty good.
That's a great deal. That's a
Yeah, that's
fantastic
like
deal.
really good.
Yeah, that's a great deal. That's like for the price of the keyboard regularly
Yeah,
or something like that. And then they have versions. They have versions for complete ultimate as well, which is only like 1,300. But yeah, it's. I would suggest if anybody's trying to get into the Native Instruments thing, like this is a really good time to do it. This is like the best time to do it, to be honest. Um, no, I agree. The Yuhi. So everything Yuhi is that is 50% off, I think, or 40 or whatever the percentage
Yeah.
off is. I went to their website and literally the whole site is discounted right now. So like,
You'll like
they
to
have a
see
synth
it,
called
dude.
Hive. I don't know if you've ever used that one. It's really cool. And it's pretty cheap too. I think it's in the same range as like Diva. The other one,
Yeah, I haven't looked too deeply into their stuff, but
yeah, the other one that I know you always suggest is the Arturia bundle. The V collection is 50%
yeah,
off, 300.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, V
I
collection
like that a lot,
9
a lot.
is $300. The FX collection, which I know you're also a fan of, is $250. So
It's pretty good.
if you're trying to get, I mean, for under $1,000, you can get complete standard and the V collection, and have essentially every synth you will probably ever need.
Yeah, I mean, basically.
Between those two, yeah, unless you're getting hyper specific.
Yeah, like. I mostly use Arturia stuff anymore.
Yeah,
Like, if I'm not like in Ableton, I'm mostly just using that because there's really no reason for me to
yeah.
use
Oh,
anything
speaking of
else.
Ableton's got a discount. It's not
Yeah,
a big one. It's like 20% off if you buy Ableton 11. But the cool thing is, it's 20% off, but you get a free upgrade to 12 when 12 comes out.
yeah,
So that's actually kind of worth it because you're saving the 20%, but you're also saving the $200 upgrade that it will inevitably be.
I like it.
So that's pretty good deal, especially on like the standard. I think it drops the standard. I looked this up. 20%. What does it drop? Standard goes to, oh my gosh. I'm signed in. Standard goes to $351 for Ableton Live Standard, which is really good. And you get free Ableton Live
It is
12
really
whenever it
good.
comes out.
I will be honest though. I think that Ableton Live Standard is a scam, and I think that everybody should get Suite.
No, I agree.
Because the way I
Max
look
for
at
Live
it,
is crazy.
if you're working in a DAW, then everything that you do, you could basically do in Ableton. But getting Suite, getting all the extra packs, getting all that extra stuff is, like, in my opinion, what makes Ableton shine.
I agree.
Even like the
100% agree.
convolution reverbs, like they just sound killer. Like whenever I'm working in Ableton now, like I did a whole remix a couple days back where I didn't use a single third party plugin until like the song was done, and I was like, I should probably plug in my iLock so I could use Elevate on my master.
Yeah. Just some master bus stuff, yeah. But no, I mean, but even for people getting in, like if you're just running tracks or something like that and you want to get intro, it's only $80. That's great. That's like actually a very good deal for like bands and stuff that are trying to use it for backing tracks. That's a fantastic deal. But Suite is only 600, plus you get the free upgrade to 12.
That's great.
That's really good, especially when you count the fact that you get all of their packs for free, Max for Live stuff for free, and every like cool synth and things, and you get all the new stuff whenever it comes out. So it's a deceptively, I don't think people think that it's as good as it is, but I actually think it's a really good deal, especially if you're like have been wanting to get
They
into
also do
Ableton.
payment plans.
Yeah, they also do payment plans. I think it's like $100 a month for 6 months for Ableton Suite. So
I need a haircut, dude. Like, what's going on here?
Dude, me too. My beard's crazy right now. It's that time.
I know.
got it
I
from the
looked in the
girl.
mirror. I was like, I should probably shave today because like I'm hopping on with Drew, and then I was like, it's the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's fine. People will understand. Why I had it up, my man.
There we go. This is the OG podcast hat.
Yeah. The OGs will know.
Yeah, all the real ones.
So another one, some more specific ones, Fab Filter.
Yeah.
I think they're 40%.
I don't know. Let me see.
25%? I don't think it's 40%. I think it's 25%.
25% off discount of all plugins and
Yep.
bundles. And
This
in your
weekend.
account, wait, that means that it's like, for those who don't know, if you have Fab Filter, then they give you loyalty discounts. And so that means that if they're also doing that,
yeah, it's 25% off
I don't know what
of
the password is.
It's 25% after the deduction that they already give you for having a Fab Filter plugin. So, like, if you have Pro Q, I can actually even tell you. I'll log into my account real quick. I have Pro Q3. Oh no! Decline.
Hello?
Hello. That was my wife. She says hi.
Oh.
So if I get Pro Q3, I want to get Pro L because I've actually been thinking about getting Pro L.
Don't get Pro L. It's not worth it.
But I've been thinking about it.
That's a very hot take from Josh here. Pro L is one of the best limiters you could buy, and I'm like, don't bother.
Yeah, I really don't have a very good limiter, and so I'm thinking about getting it. Anyway, so
you should get Elevate.
We'll see. It's cheaper to get Pro L.
Is it?
It's $100 for Pro L right now.
Yeah, but you could get the whole entire Elevate suite for $80. So,
did we talk about this already? Actually, we talked about this, right?
On this episode?
Not on this episode, but on our plugins list episode, the Elevate stuff.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only $79.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was more than that. Well, let's go there next and actually look at that because I want to see if they have a discount actually too. But anyway, Pro L. Let's see it. Let's say I want to get Pro L. It's normally $169 flat. That would normally be only a 15% discount because I already own a plugin. That goes up to a 36.25% discount, making Fab Filter Pro L $107, which is a pretty actually a steep discount. Because Fab Filter never
and the
goes
more
on
you
sale.
add to your cart, the more the percentage of the discount
exactly. Goes up. And Fab Filter literally never goes on sale.
Yeah, so the Elevate mastering plugin bundle.
Let's look at that.
Where you get Elevate, Saturate, Punctuate, and Equivocate is on sale for $79. I'll be honest, I have no clue how much it normally is. I bought it whenever it was on sale for like $100.
The Elevate bundle, is that the one? Mastering bundle?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna
it's typically $200.
I'm gonna show this.
That's honestly, that takes the cake. That's probably by far the best one yet.
This is a really good bundle. Yeah. So it was more expensive. I remember it being $200. That's why I thought it would be more expensive. Because I only wanted the limiter. But yeah.
That's really why you buy it.
Yeah. But. So it's got saturate. What is saturate, punctuate, elevate's just the limiter?
Saturate. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I've ever used punctuate. What is punctuate?
Saturate's a clipper. Punctuate's the transient designer.
Yeah, I've never used that really. I should.
Saturate is the
clipper. Clippers are clippers.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's the EQ plugin. It's like a filtery kind of EQ plugin. And then I assume Elevate is just the limiter. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like it's sick because the limiter is multi-band, so you're able to pick how you're driving each band
Interesting.
on the front end of it.
Yeah,
It's really
that
nice.
is a really good deal, actually.
There is not a single plugin out there that I feel like I can't do my job if I don't have it, besides Elevate. That is the only plugin where it makes such a difference that I feel like I can't work unless if I have it.
Yeah, I just finished
I was
mastering a hip hop record, and I felt like it's kind of the thing that I was like, I need to get a new limiter, because like all the ones that I have, I mean, the Ozone one is probably the better of the ones that I have, and it's still like just okay.
I don't like it.
It's
The
fine.
first
It
time
did
that
the
you use
job.
Elevate, you're gonna be like, wow, this sounds really good, and then you're gonna check and it's way louder than what you typically do. The first time I used Elevate, I was like, man, this kind of sounds bad, and then I checked and I was at -4 LUFS. And I was like, oh, I guess I
Yeah,
should back it off, because like
I
I was so used to hearing pumping, and like this doesn't pump the way that like Pro L does.
yeah, I think I ended up the average masters for the record, the 13 or 15 song record that I just mastered, finished mix and mastering, was like -9 LUFS, -8 LUFS, something like that. Which is good. It's loud enough. So,
It's
but
loud
I
enough.
wanted it to
I
be a
th-
little bit louder. I wanted closer to the -5 range.
for high energy stuff, I mean, if you're looking at the kind of stuff that Mike Dean's putting out, it's like very, very loud.
Yeah,
You know,
not all.
almost
Some
dance
of this
record
was
loud.
more like boom bappy. So,
Yeah, for stuff like
um,
that, I would go lower.
yeah, I did. I ended up the average. I don't wanted the record to feel the same, so I didn't. I kind of went in the middle of both of those. But
What's insane to me is how many people actually believe in like the -14 LUFS thing. Like I've had multiple people ask me how loud I mix, and I say, well, typically what I do is I hit -7 and then I make a decision if it's not loud enough, just right, or too loud. But if I can get the mix to -7, then I know that like I feel like it's well balanced enough that I won't have to like do too much more to it, you know?
yeah,
So like that's kind of like my threshold. It's like if my bass isn't blown out or whatever,
yeah,
then like typically I could get the record sounding really cool in that range. And
yeah, I agree.
I've had multiple people be like, "Wow, you send out records that loud?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Like that's not
It's
even
not that
loud."
loud. It's not that loud.
No,
I mix into,
no, like
yeah, I do the same.
anything that's
I'm
like,
mixed into like -10 to 8 LUFS. So that's like what
okay.
my
Have you
mixed
actually
output is.
like have you actually tried to like do a song at -14 just
No,
for
I
the
feel like I
giggles?
would accidentally make it too quiet.
It's horrible. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I feel like you would lose a lot of the dynamic and or the like. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I would just struggle with making it that quiet.
yeah,
I mix
let's see
very
if there's
loudly
anything
though.
going on.
So yeah. What else?
Flatline 2 is on sale. Not that much. It's like $20 off or something. $30 off.
That's not bad. And Flatline's
Not
another
bad.
really
Not
good
bad.
limiter, actually.
Yeah. To be
Um,
fair, I think the Flatline 2 is still really new. So
it is. It is new. The fact that they have it on sale is pretty impressive, actually. Um,
yeah.
I want to go ahead and give a shout out to today's sponsor, because we don't have a sponsor ad done. So we're just going to read this crap live. Safari Pedals. They have a Black Friday deal up to 80% off of their whole website. They just
That's right.
dropped a vintage hi-fi reverb plugin that you can grab this weekend only for $4. And
Ooh.
that thing is actually really sick.
I'm not going to lie. I totally forgot to check what their. Wow, dude. These are very cheap. Everybody needs to go buy these right now.
Yeah, straight
Like,
up, like
actually, I need to drop this in a couple different Discords.
straight up, they are doing the most with their price cuts on this sale. It's crazy. Me and Josh have used, I don't know, the Dirty Dog has been really cool. The Gorilla Drive has been really cool. The I used I don't know if you've used it yet, Josh, but the hi-fi, I think it's called the Rhino Reverb. Yeah, the Rhino Reverb has been really awesome for anything like acoustic driven. So if you have like an acoustic guitar, or we used it on like a Ganjo or a like a resonator type thing,
Okay.
it's got that like lush uh what's the description, like that lush like vintagey like 70s 80s style reverb that's like really muted, but it works for really bright instruments because it kind of thickens up the sound a lot. um
Yeah.
me and my buddy Jesse used it on some country stuff that we were doing, and it's been really cool.
Super
um
sick. Yeah, we've been loving their stuff. I think that Safari Pedals has been on every track that we've worked on recently. Mostly because like the flamingo verb just does that thing. It just
it
does that
really
thing that we
does.
like a lot. Anyway, so since we don't have an ad read prepared, I have one here.
Okay, go for it.
And I feel like we need to make it official. So today's episode is sponsored by Safari Pedals. Safari Pedals is a plugin company that specializes in creative effect plugins that look and work like guitar pedals. My favorite thing about them is that none of them sound like plugins we all know and use, and each one is unique in its own way. I've personally been using the Flamingo Verb and the Gorilla Drive on every session that I've touched in the past week, and I'm convinced that Safari Pedals is the only plugin company that is pushing for the effects that modern producers truly crave. Use the code HANGOUT at checkout to receive 20% off your order. That's HANGOUT at checkout to receive 20% off your order at safaripedals.com. It's definitely the best Black Friday deal I've seen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now the other thing I wanted to talk about is the new Waves plugin. Did we talk about that yet?
We haven't. Yeah, I was waiting for
So
you to bring it up. So, Waves.
yeah, they dropped a free plugin today. I don't think it's just for subscribers. I think anybody can get this. Yeah, anybody can get this. You type in your email, get it for free. It's going to be $80 after this. It is a smart EQ and dynamics processor similar to Soothe, meant for vocals.
Silk Vocal.
Which honestly, I love these kinds of things, and I still haven't bought Soothe because I let Lee mix everything. So I'm very excited to try this out because there's more than a few times when I'm like, man, I kind of wish I had Soothe, but I don't feel like paying $200 for it right now.
Yeah.
So
What's really cool is that this is 3-band.
it.
I mean, obviously Soothe is multi-band, but it's at least, this is at least better than something like Air, that's like boosting a bunch of stuff. This is more like triple band control, which is really nice.
Yeah, well, also if you look, there's a precision to it, which is going to generate more bands.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth is like, we're talking about the Q of each band.
Which
gate built in.
Yeah, which in
cool.
Soothe, it's the I can't remember what it's called in Soothe. But there's a thing, the knob that you can do that with. So I also like that it has a gate, which could be super helpful if you don't have if you just one less plugin you have to add.
Yeah. I think that this is probably one of the cooler things today.
Yeah, this is really sick. And obviously Waves is going to have like a bunch of plugins. I think they're doing like plugin combo deals. So it's like 3 plugins for 50, 6 plugins for 100 type thing, which could be really good because honestly, you could just get the 6 plugins for 100 and pick like their 6 best plugins and then never have to use a Waves plugin ever again.
Nope, because you'll still have to upgrade.
Well, yeah, but you won't have to. You won't have to buy like their other bundles.
Yeah, I just hate the upgrade thing. It costs just as much as the plugins.
I do hate the upgrade thing. I want to shout out the boys, Modern Metal Songwriter. They have a 35 to 50, no code needed. But they also just released, speaking of vocals, this new Vocal Suite plugin that is also on sale.
They did. I saw that this morning.
And it actually looks really sick. Hold on, I want to pull this thing up. So it's a compressor, an EQ, saturation, width, reverb, delay, de-esser, a doubler, and a limiter. But the thing that makes this super cool, and I think beats out a lot of other companies, is that if you look at the top, see the little arrows? It's a it's a modular thing, so you can just kind of move stuff around wherever you want it to in whatever order.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't think our boys over at Metric Halo and Make Believe are running any sales today, but you know
They're not.
what?
I checked.
They don't have to.
The
They
Sontec
don't
is
have
worth
to
the
because
$300, man.
it sounds like a $3,000 piece of hardware.
It really does.
So.
It's kind of crazy.
Or actually, I figured this out. I thought that was Ryan's Sontec, but it's not. It's actually the nicer, like mastering one that's like $8,000.
Yeah, it's the very, very high end piece of gear that they modeled it after. Oh yeah, Clairvoyance, $53 from Modern Metal Songwriter, and then the I think their Clipper plugin is also on sale for Nova Clip
Nova's
is
sick.
$30. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's that
deal.
and like for their Clipper, like I really do like their Clipper. I know Greg has been singing its praises since he got it, so he's like been loving that thing. But yeah, so that's really cool. What are some other ones that you can think of? Those are the companies. Those are kind of the companies that like I care about and use the most.
Same. There's nothing that I can think of. Isotope's deals are just okay.
Yeah.
Sorry if anybody works at Isotope who listens to this. Like I use your stuff.
They're just okay. The Ozone deal is probably the best deal, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think, and I want to check this real quick before I say this. Hold on. I think.
Oh, Melodyne's on sale.
Oh yeah, that's a big deal.
It's actually a big discount too. So if you want Melodyne 5 Essential, it's half off. Assistant is 60% off. Studio 56% off. This is all in Plugin Boutique. The big editor is half off. It's $200 instead of $400. I have Assistant, and I did not pay $100 for it, so I definitely recommend hopping on that if you don't
whatever
have
the
Melodyne.
Second one is.
Assistant. We have the same thing then.
That's what I have.
It's the one below where you could edit multiple things at once.
Yeah, I don't have that one. That's
I think that's what this is.
Yeah, I have whatever the second tier. I don't have the lowest tier. I have the tier above that.
Chord track and chord grid. Maybe I just have the basic one. I don't know. Maybe the price has changed.
This is what I was gonna say. So the Isotope deal is fine. Actually, I think the better deal is if you want Ozone standard, get Complete 14 standard because Ozone 10 comes in Complete 14 now.
Yes. Oh, huge discount on Weiss.
Ooh,
that's actually a big deal.
That's
good. Actually a really big deal. So if you guys aren't sure what I'm talking about, Softtube, there is a really cool suite of plugins that they made where they are direct ports from the digital hardware units that Weiss had made. They're very popular for mastering. I think the whole thing is around $10,000, if not more.
Yeah.
And so they have a bunch of stuff on sale for them right now.
Normally the complete collection is $1,000 for the plugins, and right now it's $600, which is like a very significant.
Yes, and if you own either DS or the MM1, you can upgrade to the complete collection for $350, which is honestly a steal because I got their DS on sale for like $50 one year.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, Softtube always comes through with the good sales this time of year because they're very bad about putting their stuff on sale the rest of the year.
Yeah, they don't.
They just
here's the Weiss collection on Softtube's website. I'm just gonna kind of scroll down through it a little bit. Let everybody. check it out. Yeah, it comes with. I mean, this collection's pretty dope. Honestly, if I can drop the money, honestly, dude, I might get this over the other one that we were looking at.
So the real sauce is to combine the two, right? Like,
I
I
mean, yeah, I'm sure.
think, I think that their limiter and their mastering maximizer are good, but I don't know too many people that use that as their final limiter. Their
The de-esser
de-esser,
I've heard is the money though.
and then I have their parametric EQ or their graphic. What is it? I
The
have
MP.
the MP.
Okay, yeah, that's
That
the
is like
graphic
my
EQ.
favorite vocal EQ.
Yeah.
And then there's also the DS1 MK3.
Yes.
That and the DS are like the best parts of that
So it's
bundle,
like
in my
it's
opinion.
like their bus comp.
Their compressor.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like I think you could select the band and all that.
Oh, that's really sick.
That and the DS are the best parts of it. I only bought the EQ because the bands are set up exactly how I like them. And
Yeah.
so I
That makes
use
sense.
that when I'm
That makes sense.
mixing.
Yeah, no, this is really sick. This is a really good deal. I'm gonna have to check out some other stuff from Softtube because I really do enjoy their plugins. I actually found out that Softtube made
Oops.
one of my favorite. They made a massive passive EQ in collaboration with Native Instruments.
That's pretty cool.
And it sounds really good. I started messing with it on mastering a little bit, and the top end lift on it is really nice. It's called I think it's just called Passive EQ by Native Instruments, but you should have it, Josh. Actually, you will have it if you don't.
I'll have to check it out for sure.
Yeah, it's really good. The other one that I was gonna suggest people look at was our other one of our other S tiers. One of our other S tiers, Sound Toys. Sound Toys has. I'm gonna pull it up. 50% off, and I think they are also giving away Little Plate. Yep,
I think so.
Little Plate is free right now, which, for those that don't know, Little Plate is a fantastic plugin. Just on its own, fantastic plugin. I think every single plugin on Sound Toys is either $50 or $30, which is awesome. The other thing is what Sound Toys does whenever you buy stuff. So if you can't buy it all, but you want to buy stuff later, they will give you discounts on plugins that you own, similar to how FabFilter does. So if you already own, they give you a loyalty discount. The thing is, you can get Little Plate for free and then get a loyalty discount after the fact on something you didn't pay for. That's what I did, and that's how I started picking up Sound Toys plugins.
That's pretty cool. I've had that bundle for years.
I haven't. I don't even have the whole
works.
bundle. I just have like random pieces from it. The another couple plugin companies I want to point out. Waves Factory. You can get cassette for $40.
I like it.
You can also get. I think it's everything is 35% off. I think that's what it said, which mainly means Spectre is on sale for $70. So if you've listened to this podcast at all, even once, you've probably seen us talk about this plugin. And $70 for one of my favorite plugins of this year, I think is a steal. So, obviously there are probably you might be able to get a better deal on. This is just off their website. You might be able to get a better deal off like Plugin Boutique or something like that. I wonder.
Yeah, that plugin still saves me all the time, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Let me see, Spectre. How much is it on there?
70.
70? Yeah, it's 70 over here too.
Okay, cool. And then yeah, cassette and track spacer are, I mean, their whole website's on sale. So if you've wanted to get any Waste Factory stuff, it is in fact on sale. The other one I was gonna look at is Oak Sound. Soothe is on sale for 140. Spiff is on sale for 100.
Ooh.
So, and then they have Soothe Live,
Dude, I'm
which
sorry. I feel like I'm dying today. Do you feel like you're dying? I feel like I'm
dying.
dying.
No, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, dude, my allergies are terrible. I'm like all stuffed up. I have a massive migraine. Having a great day. But
I'm
yeah,
having
dude,
a great day.
I think that we covered just about everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about any other last minute things. These are the last couple that I could think of because I was thinking of like our other S tier plugins that we said. Oak Sound was like one of our A. I think it was our A tier actually, but yeah, I can't think of anything. UAD, does UAD have any deals right now?
Yeah, they have a bunch of sales.
Are they doing
I don't
hardware?
know.
Oh,
I'm kind of sick of them. I'm debating
Universal.
if I should cancel my UA Connect subscription.
Oh, I don't have a subscription.
I just don't care. Like I just
I just
don't
get
like
their
using their
individuals.
stuff anymore.
UAD Essentials is $50.
There you go.
That's actually 11 plugins. That's actually really good.
That is pretty good.
You get a synth, you get the 2A, you get their tape, you get the Pultec, you get their tape echo, you get a couple preamp and like channel strips.
Oh, wait.
Really
They
good.
added the distressor to the UAD Spark thing, so maybe I won't cancel.
Shoot. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They added that. They added Sound City Studios. They added Massive Passive.
So the mic is actually what I want to see.
Capital Chambers.
They also rebranded the
Avalon.
Sphere to be a UA mic.
Yeah.
I want to see. Let's look and see if they're microphones because I'm interested in this actually. Their audio mics. Are these on sale? Are these on sale? Ooh, those are cool. It does not say. I want to show me where your mics are.
Let me check Sweetwater.
I need prices. Prices, people. Yeah, I don't think. It does not going to give me a price here. I don't think.
My internet is sucking right now. I can't see.
Sweetwater.
All
right. The UAD Audio Sphere mic.
They're giving away spheres. $200 off the Sphere mic.
$800 for the Sphere mic. That's actually
for
really
the cardioid only.
Yeah.
The problem is that the whole point of that microphone is you're able to flip the cardioid pattern afterwards.
Yeah, you want the big one.
You want the big one, so it's $1,300 instead of $1,500.
Still,
that mic comes in handy a lot when you're doing like acoustic guitars and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, I feel like
they have sales on all their stuff.
Lee gets the most use out of that mic, I think, since he was using it, right?
Yeah, he knows that thing inside and out. I'm not too fancy with it. I really don't.
I really want to try.
I won't say I won't get it. I trust Lee's decisions when we record things
100%
more than my own. You know, I don't really get it, but it seems really useful. So
I want to get the new one that they made, the smaller tier one, not the Sphere, but they have another one.
I saw that Sony also dropped a smaller mic not too long ago.
Yeah, I want to get I think it's like $500 or $600. I want to say, I could be wrong.
Yeah,
But I want to say it's like $500 or $600. It's supposed to be the below the sphere line, but like the top their mic below the sphere line, basically. It's supposed to be really
Yeah.
cool. Not quite as much flexibility in the back end, but like I kind of want
Yeah,
it.
there really aren't too many crazy sales. Barefoot Footprints O2 are $500 off.
I was gonna
Harmony
say
UFX is $400. No, $320 off.
there's not a lot of hardware
Um,
deals this year, dude.
to be fair, I think manufacturing costs have just gone up so much that like the margins just don't make sense for them to discount a lot. Because they like it's one of those things where like if you're selling like a $2,000, $3,000 microphone and you're sourcing these things and then you have to pay import fees and it goes through customs and all that
Yeah,
stuff and then it shows up at
100%.
Vintage King. It's like by the time all that's done, it's like I don't know. I feel like the margins just aren't there. And then they aren't gaining anything either. Plugin companies have a lot to gain because they're able to provide these super low barriers to entry for all these people who might be like the people who are going to buy a $3,000 microphone, like those people are a way smaller group than the people who could just buy like a pedal. You know what I mean?
True.
Like Safari pedals right now, they have the potential to gain thousands of lifetime customers today.
Yeah.
But it's like someone like Soyuz or Manly, they don't. Like that's just the reality of it. So I
For
think
sure.
that's why. And
That
then
makes sense.
everything's just so expensive.
And
to
it's also a
make.
scalable. It's more of a scalable product because
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
no, but it
it's
does make
bad whenever
sense.
like Lindell is offering $100 off of their hardware, So
Yeah, I'm more so just am thinking like I wish like the UA stuff only being like what did like $200 off. Like if it was
yeah.
$300 off, I understand that eats into a lot of overhead, but it would also make that deal much sweeter and like
Yeah.
probably sell a lot more people on that stuff and probably their subscriptions and things like that because you kind of need some of their subscriptions to pair with some of the things like the microphone or the interface.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Those are all of the companies that I actually use that have discounts. I can't think of anything else in, whatever. You can get into things like books and hardware, like weird desk accessory things. There's one of my favorite it's called Orbit Key. Did a collaboration with Marie Kondo. And for this little like desk organizer thing that's really cool. But the top of it has a wireless charger on it, so you can sit your phone on it and it charges your phone. It's actually really sick.
Yeah, those are nice.
It's like $100. But yeah, I can't really think of much else, and we're closing in on an hour.
Yeah, the only other thing I could think of is Ableton 12 got announced, and I signed up for the beta. So if I get accepted and I start doing the beta, maybe we can do an episode about the new features because there's a lot. All I've been doing is watching videos of Ableton 12. I haven't been this excited for a piece of software since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 dropped for the Xbox 360. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited for Ableton 12. They added in all the features that I wanted and a ton more features that I didn't even know that were possible. Their new synth meld looks unreal.
The only thing I wanted,
the idea that you can sync.
I was going to say
the only thing.
Sorry, I was going to say the only thing I wanted them to add was better audio editing function, which they didn't add.
No, they didn't. I don't care about that. I don't do that in Ableton.
I just
so I'm
wanted
not too
them
worried
to.
about it. But what they did add, like they are doubling down on the fact that like if you make anything that doesn't involve a ton of audio, like or the DAW for you. Um,
That's true.
Meld has this insane feature where the wavetables can generate harmonic content in the key of the song.
Yeah.
And then you can then wave shape the wavetables or like fold them, and everything stays in key. Oh, it's so cool. And then like the whole new chord function
Yeah.
is so sick where
The
you can play a
granular,
chord and then it'll learn.
yeah.
The new granular plugin is nuts. There's so many things that they added. Like editing MIDI is so much better now.
Yeah,
That was
that's
always my
true.
biggest gripe about Ableton, because it's like MIDI editing is just fine. Like it's fine. Cubase's MIDI editing is fire. And so I was like, how can a DAW that pretends to be like the MIDI god's dream, have like subpar MIDI editing? And so like they just fixed that, which is sick. And I was just very excited to dive in and make more cool sounds.
There was a one thing whenever I did, because I did a reaction video of like me watching the thing for the first time and kind of like giving my thoughts on it. The one thing that I saw that really, really spoke to me on the MIDI side of things was there was a cool randomization thing where you can set the key inside of the MIDI and then like randomize chord voicings. I think that's what it was doing. That's what it looked like it was doing.
I was watching that. And yeah, so there's this whole thing where you can group notes and then basically have it set so it'll only play one of those notes randomly. So you could do it for drum grooves, you could do it for chords, you could do all kinds of stuff. And if I didn't explain that the best, I'm sorry to the people listening. Like you could definitely look it up on YouTube. But like essentially the idea is if you do, like, say if you just program a basic triad, right? And so you have the root, the third, the fifth. You can then put an octave above it and then say like the fifth below. And so now you have 5 notes on the screen. You could then select the like both of the fifths and then both of the roots and group those together, and then it'll only play one or the other. So every time that plays, you're going to get a completely random voicing of that chord.
Yeah. No, that's really sick. And yeah, and the bouncing off that, what we said earlier also kind of applies with that excitement, which is like if you're new to Ableton or you don't have Ableton, get 11 for 20% off, get the free upgrade.
Yes.
Like that's
going to be sick, dude.
It's going to be pretty sick. It's really sick for people who love to use Ableton. I think that was my thing is like the last update going from 10 to 11 felt like here's a lot of updates to like bring new people into Ableton, right? So it's like here's a lot of stuff like the vocal comping feature and like things like that is like it was features that were holding people back from using Ableton in the first place. I feel like Ableton 12 is a lot of features that's like for heavy Ableton users.
Yes.
It's like very much geared towards their people, which is like awesome.
It's 100% made for like making your sound design better.
Yeah.
And I'm all about that because every other DAW doesn't really care. And it kind of annoys me. Like Cubase is known for their work in like scoring or even electronic music, or like that's kind of like the fundamental, like they're a German company and it's like dance music is huge, and then a lot of people use Nuendo for scoring, and they haven't done anything for us as far as instruments go. Like we have Pad Shop, which is cool. They updated that a couple years back, but like there's just nothing. It's not like I could just load up Cubase and only use Cubase and make a killer song. You know?
For
I don't like that. What I like about Ableton is I could load up Ableton. Like the other day I said, like someone was like, if you could only work on a song, and this was to a bunch of people. Some of us are producers, some are mixers, some are mastering engineers. And he was like, if you could only have 5 plugins, like what would it be? Or maybe he said 10. I think it was 5. And I said, oh, if you want me to produce a song, all I need is Elevate Pro Q, and Ableton Suite. Like,
That's it.
that's it.
You
That's all I
get
need.
so much out of Ableton stock like instruments and stock plugins and things like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The new distortion
Yeah.
plugin, I want to highlight that one too. What that one is crazy.
Roar looks insane, dude.
Dude,
It looks so good.
The ability to map LFOs to different like pieces inside of the distortion plugin is gonna be wild. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get such cool sounds. And like there's a nice built-in EQ there too, and like you can map it to the EQ parameter. You can map LFOs to the like the saturation part of it, or like the mix, or just like even just those things right there. Crazy. On top of being able to put that plugin, this is something I said in the video too. It's like being able to put that plugin, like you can do that idea inside of other synths, but the idea that we can take that plugin and use it on anything is what's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just made that infinitely more usable by making it its own standalone device.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know, dude. I'm just super excited for it because everything is just getting better. And like, there was one thing that I was looking at, and I was like, "That's pretty cool." You know, like there's like this whole thing where you could just generate random notes, you know, to help you make like new sounding things.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's sick. But then what's even cooler, right, is so like you can go ahead and generate these random things, like these random melodies in a key, which is perfect. And then you can then pick like your favorite ones, and then you can randomize it. And then you can just resample and then comp together your favorite takes.
Yep, exactly.
And it's like, it's so cool. And like some people are like, oh, I don't like that. And because
so
like, we were talking about
intuitive
this
for
with like
me.
the whole there was, well, you saw that conversation in the Discord about AI. And it's like, really, what is the difference between us like doing that versus like having an artist in the room playing piano
and fiddling? Yeah, not really much.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's very sick.
No, it's very sick. I'm very excited to get to it. I could see, because I saw some people online. I saw some people online being like, it's a little underwhelming. I think most of the people that would say that aren't like heavy Ableton users. They're maybe either like they only use it for certain things, or they're like they just dabble in it, but they mostly use like either Pro Tools or Cubase, you know?
Yeah. Well, then there's also a lot of people who use Ableton and don't even use any of their stock plugins or anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like that's like what makes that software great. And if you're like, Ableton is very inconvenient to use for a lot of things. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's the best at everything, because it's not. Like,
no,
try
it
recording.
has its problems.
Like, so that song that we just had come out.
Yeah.
If we had done that in Ableton, I'm pretty sure that we would have just quit.
Yeah.
Because there's no era. There's like just tracking, and it sucks. So it's like we ended up with 50 tracks of vocals that we had to organize, bus, and then edit. And we had to use Revoice for a lot of it. And like that would have, it just wouldn't have been possible, man.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree.
And it's like, so, but it's like, if we're working on figuring out a way that like, it's a little bit more seamless for me to work right next to Lee.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like some of the sound design in that song would have came out better if I was working in Ableton. But none of it had to do with the vocal, and the vocal is the most important part of the song.
Exactly.
So
I feel like
it's like, I don't care.
The day Ableton gets ARA, it's gonna be crazy. I don't even know if they ever will, but or if they get their own version of it or something like that. Like, I don't know how it would even look, but it's, if they can get that figured out for the vocal tuning side and the vocal editing side of things, like it's going to be really,
well.
really
Also, I have beef with them, dude. Because how are you going to give me a DAW where I can't okay, if I'm grouping a track, what does it do? It makes a folder, which is a group, automatically routes it.
Yep.
So first of all, I don't have control over that. I wish I could have it set up so it didn't automatically route it. Second of all, because the folders are groups, I can't just have aux tracks unless if I do an audio track and then route it to that. There's no quick way to quickly route things. And if I do it the quick way, then it's in a folder. I hate that.
I think you can set it to not auto group. I think you can set it to not auto route to group. I think that's like a parameters thing. I think. I don't know. I think I've seen that before. But the other thing, yeah, I don't know how to help you with that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you could do that, but I don't know. I don't use it. I don't use Ableton that way though. That's the thing. It's like whenever it comes to that kind of stuff, like most of the time I'm in Pro Tools at that point. So
yeah,
my routing's a little easier.
We also I don't know. There's just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. But either way, I'm excited for 12 because that just means more fun stuff to play with.
Yeah, dude, I'm very excited. It's going to be a good time.
Well, we're past the hour mark. Josh, thanks so much for coming on today and talking about Black Friday deals and Ableton 12 stuff.
Dude, of course. It's the bread and butter of my existence.
I know. Dude, I'm trying to get this podcast out like today. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop off and I'm going to try to edit this thing together real quick and get it out so everybody can listen to it.
Nice.
Listener, thanks so much for listening and checking it out. Subscribe and go check out the sponsors, Safari Pedals. They have that 80% off, which is crazy. And I would suggest going and looking at all their stuff. And if you're listening to this after the fact, use code Hangout for 20% off. And cool. it will let them know that we sent you. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.